Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is ZalotAngel and welcome back to another speedrun video. Yes, I know. Keep the fucking comments coming on how much fucking speedrun videos I'm doing. I know. I can't help it. I enjoy my drawing, what do you expect? I've been kind of slow on getting the speedrun videos up. I mean, this is like the second one I've had to do and get this one up because I've got another one I need to get up as well, which is... I'm waiting to get that rendered, so... Because it's been rather hectic week for me. I love the fact these speedrun videos turned from talking about art to talking about what the fuck's been going on for me. I don't know, it gives me a chance to just talk sometimes, which is always beneficial. Yeah. And of course, again, as we always do, shout out to, yet again, FunkyGamer for commissioning me. Immediately after I finished his first commission, he commissioned me for another one. I very much appreciate that, and I always appreciate people commissioning me. It's always good. Problem with doing free commissions though is that you always get people who you'll always get a lot of people messaging you wanting to do commissions. Don't give you enough free time to do your own stuff, because I have a lot of stuff I want to start doing. A lot of ideas I've come up with, of course. Yeah, but of course, again, I had fun drawing this. It was a lot of fun actually. Coming up with the pose for this again honestly, this didn't really take me that long to like come up with a pose and shit. Really didn't. I don't know why. I just sat down, just started working on it, and I was like, yeah, I got the pose in mind. I was actually surprisingly simple. It was a big surprise how quickly I did this. In fact, I actually managed to do the line work in like 4 or 5 hours this time. Didn't take me fucking days. Like the last one I did took me so long. Yeah, most of the work on this was done on the colouring and shading. Of course, that's always the most time-consuming part. Doing the line work is hard, but once you've got that basic shape down, it's just straightforward from there. And the colouring itself, like I said, the colouring or shading, you know, once you get into that and once you start figuring out where everything should be, it just becomes an absolute cakewalk, you know. But yeah, so my commissions are now reopen again to anybody who wants to give it a go, because don't just think this is the only art style I do. I do a lot of different kinds of art styles. Again, you can check the description to see exactly what those are. But again, it just seems like people really enjoy my hard edge shading, which is interesting, because the high res one that I've done, that I did, when did I do that? I think I did this like back in May sometime. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it was early May. Like that took me like fucking 3.5 days. Yeah. And you know, like I can do some really impressive artwork sometimes. Just whatever people want. If people want hard edge shading, fair enough, obviously. But I don't know, I'm reopening my commissions again. I might temporarily take a break from it because there's a lot of artwork I've come up with over the past couple of weeks that I want to get started on. And problem is, once I start a commission, I made that my priority over any of our artwork that I'm doing. So when it comes to that, I obviously have to stick on the commission more than anything. Like that's the one thing I have to focus on rather than other artwork that I come up with. Because it's the thing I have to focus on first, because I want to get it done within the time frame, obviously. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to draw. Like a fucking dude, I love her design. I really do. Her design is really good. Really good. I had a lot of fun drawing her. Very much so. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Don't really... Well, I mean... I'm trying to remember everything I discussed in the last speedrun video, which I've still yet to fucking render that. That's how fucking busy I've been. I'm going to be even more fucking busy, because I got a review to do tomorrow night. You know, Thursday night. So I've had a busy fucking week. I've had artwork to do, commissions to do, speedrun videos to edit and render and commentate over. I got a fucking review to do tomorrow night, so that's going to be fun. Oh, I guarantee you, that's going to be a lot of fucking fun to do. It really is. But yeah, there's a lot of fun doing this. Running out of topics to talk about when it comes to artwork, really. I really am. Like, it's very difficult to come up with ideas of things to talk about when it comes to artwork, because there's only specific things I know when it comes to drawing. I know about all the stuff on here digital wise, but when it comes to anything like obviously other forms of artwork like painting or sculpting. I have no fucking clue about any of that, obviously. I'm more of a digital artist. I know more about all that, so... But it's still kind of difficult to come up with ideas of, like, topics to talk about. I guess one thing I could talk about would probably be... I guess encouragement. Because I think one of the main aspects that I always see is... In the last speed drawing I did of... what was her name? Mecha Puff, I think. Which is still funny to me. I talked about how with artwork you should always stick with it. You should always stick with it. You should always keep at it and, you know, keep doing it. Try and fail, try and fail, try and fail. And the one thing I always keep alluding to is a lack of motivation towards it. You know, what kind of motivation can you have for something like this? And it can vary from person to person. I mean, personally, for my motivation, I just wanted to... Going back to what I said in the last speedrunning video, which was... I've seen many people's artwork. One person in particular on Deviant Art who I follow, she's fucking incredible. Her artwork is just amazing, honestly. And the type of art style which she does and the way she does her artwork, for many years, as I mentioned in previous video, her artwork, her style of artwork is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. You know, I always thought to myself that I'd love to learn how to do something like that, how to do such amazing artwork like that. And that was kind of my own motivation for it, was that I want to be able to do something as incredible as that. I want to be able to do incredible artwork like that. And for other people, motivations may be different. You know, your motivations may differ. You know, maybe you want to do it for the money. Maybe you want to do it for recognition. Maybe you want to do it for popularity. Or maybe you just want to do it for fun. Or maybe you just want to do it because, you know, like me, you want to be able to get to a certain... You want to be able to get to that certain art style that a lot of artists can do. It really doesn't matter what your motivation is, you know. But I can definitely understand a lack of motivation or trying to find a level of motivation towards doing this because you may notice that you're not getting anywhere, you know. Because again, you know, I've talked about the idea of, you know, well, you know, how, oh, I'm not making any progress and, you know, shit like that. And it's like, you know, as I've always said, you know, progress comes from trial and error. Progress comes from trying it, trying things, failing at them, and, you know, basically, as anyone will tell you, trying, failing, and learning from that. You know, it's not just a matter of sitting down and just messing around, you know. As I've always said, you know, you can't... There's no such thing as somebody picking up a piece of paper or a tablet and then just immediately doing, like, an amazing piece of artwork, like, even when they've never drawn anything before. Like, that has never happened. To my knowledge, that has never happened, and even if that has, that's fucking very rare for that to ever happen. And I've talked about how many things come with trial and error and having to keep at it, you know, because that's just how it is. Like, if you want to be able to do something, don't matter what it is, you have to kind of keep at it, you know. There's no easy ride. And I fucking hate my iPad. Again, it always goes off when I'm doing fucking commentary. It waits. It fucking waits. Jesus Christ. But yeah, there's no easy way to do it, you know. There's no easy way to do fucking anything. But, I mean, there is, as I mentioned, you know. There always is an easy way to do certain things, but not everything. Something like drawing. There's no easy way to do it, you know. There's no easy way to be able to get to a certain point and to be able to do whatever it is you want to do just by trying to find an easy way, you know. Everything takes time and effort, you know. I mean, I constantly bring this up, you know, like my artwork used to be shite, you know, and it, you know, it used to be for many years. That was until I started to actually kind of develop and obviously learn. And it's just a matter of, you can't really stop. You can't really just say, fuck it, I'm not going to bother with this anymore because I'm not getting anywhere. Well, maybe the reason why you're not getting anywhere is because you're not actually trying hard enough. I know that sounds very cliched and silly, but if you don't try to at least do new things, try different things, or at least try to do things differently than what you usually do, how can you possibly know? You know, I've always said trying is a foundation point for knowing if it's possible for you to do something. Yeah, how can you know? It's done it again, you bastard. How can you possibly know if you can do something if you've never tried it? You know what I mean? If you've never tried to do something, how can you know if you're good at it? How can you possibly know if you're bad at it? I mean, obviously, for some people, there might be some things that might hinder that. Of course, that's obvious. But with everything, it's how do you know this and that if you've never bothered to even give it a go? You know, as I constantly give an example, I've tried many, many times over the years, practiced many, many, many different things. And it took me a long time to be able to do artwork the way I do now, you know? Because, obviously, as I mentioned, I went out of my way to try new things. And I know I sound like a broken record right now, I'm just repeating myself, but it's one of those things where it's like, you kind of have to kind of beat it into your head, you know? You kind of have to beat into your head that idea of you can't stop when you haven't even started, you know. You can't really quit when you haven't even fucking started, you know what I mean? You can't. You can't really stop until, you know, unless you've actually given it a go and started first of all. And I've always said to people in general is you should always try to do something because you may never fucking know. I mean, that could be said the same about anything, but, you know, it's like, well, I've never tried crack cocaine before, but who knows, it may be a good thing. It's like, no, that's not what I mean, of course. Because that's a fucking smart idea, isn't it? No, I'm just saying, with things that you can do, talents and things that you can do and all that shit, you know, it's a matter of, you can't possibly know if you're good at it unless you actually give it a go and try to at least give it a go and see what comes of it, you know, because you never know. You may even surprise yourself, you know what I mean? You may surprise yourself in that you may find out you're good at something. You know? Maybe you might not be able to pull something off, you know, immediately, like right off the bat or whatever it may be. But that's the same for everybody, you know? When I took up drawing 6 years ago, it was the same thing, you know? When I took up music as a hobby as well, about how long ago? About 7 years ago, I think. I think between about 5-7 years ago, when I also took up music as well. When I took up writing, you know, I never started off with any of that being any good at it, you know. Some people may have a natural talent for certain things, sure, that makes them have that extra advantage. But even if they do have a natural talent for something, doesn't immediately mean that you're going to be amazing at it, you know? Everything, no matter what, is going to take time and effort, you know? I've spent years doing things that I want to do, picking up on the hobbies that I have, and they've gotten to the point of where they are now because I stuck with them, and because I kept trying with them. Because as I said, if you don't try, then how do you know if you're going to be good at them or not? How do you know if you're going to achieve anything? You know what I mean? Otherwise, what possible thing could you do then, you know? You'll have fuck all to do, you know? It's just you got to kind of keep at it, you know? Just because you may not be good at it right off the bat doesn't mean anything, because everybody was bad at one thing in their life at some point, you know? As I mentioned, you know, I was crap at drawing years ago. I was crap at music. I was crap at playing guitar many years ago when I first started. I was crap at writing when I first started that 3 years ago. Well, actually, was that 3 years? Yeah, it was about 3 years ago I started picking up writing. And I was crap at all that. But once I started to actually sit down with it and try harder, you know, and get good at it, and just learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, and so on and so forth, you know, I gradually started to see improvements. And I guarantee you the same thing will happen to you if you stick with it, you know? You shouldn't give up on something just because it's not turning out the way you want it to when you first start off. Because that's the same for everybody. Everybody's had to deal with that. Everybody's had to deal with being bad at something when they first start. you know, it's commonplace for everybody, you know, and it's something you should never get downhearted about, because it's, like I said, it's the same for everybody. Everybody has to deal with that. Everybody has to deal with being bad at summer. You know, nobody's fucking perfect. Nobody's good at fucking everything. You know? You know what I mean? Nobody's fucking good at anything. Everything, you know? I mean, I can't fucking tap dance. I'm shit at tap dancing. There you go. I'm shit at that. But, you know, it's just... That's how it is, you know? Everybody's shit at summer, you know? It can't be helped, you know. Some people can just have that capability to be able to do certain things. Others cannot, you know. But that shouldn't stop you from trying. Just because you think you can't do it doesn't mean that you actually can't do it. You know what I mean? Again, I know I keep bringing this up a lot, but I can't help it because it's a good example that I can give. Is, you know, when I looked at my artwork many years ago, not just the ones you can see on Deviant Art, but there's a lot of others that you will never ever see because of how awful they are. I could have given up years ago on my artwork based on, obviously, those old drawings that I did a long time ago. And just been like, right, fuck it, you know, it's obviously, I'm shit at it. But I kind of didn't, you know, I kind of just stuck with it, you know. It really just kind of comes down to, like, do you really, really want to do it? Are you passionate about doing it? And is it something you really want to do? Because if it is, you know, you will stick with it, you know. And, you know, like I said, artwork is no fucking different from that, you know. It's just a matter of sticking with it. And when it comes to motivation to keep drawing and to keep going, you just have to think about, what is it do you want to achieve with your artwork, you know? What is it you want to try and do with it, you know? Like I said, do you want to do it as just a hobby, something in your pastime? Do you want to do it for, you know, fame? Do you want to do it for popularity? Do you want to do it for money? Do you want to do it to refine your technique? Do you want it to fucking, I don't know, draw fucking, I don't know, what, Overwatch porn? Some shit like that? I don't know. It could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. Your motivation could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. But just remember that even though you have a motivation, and even, like I said, even if your artwork may not be turning out quite as you expect it to, doesn't mean you should just stop cold turkey. You know, you shouldn't just stop cold turkey right there and then. I mean, maybe one day I will actually show you my artwork from back in the day. Maybe in one of these videos I might show you my artwork from back in the day, and I'll give you a side-by-side comparison of my best drawing and one I used to do back in the olden days, and that'll give you an easy understanding of what I mean, you know? Nobody got to where they are, you know, other artists didn't get to where they are by a free ride, you know? They didn't just instantly pick it up and start doing amazing artwork, you know? Some people probably went to art school. Some people probably spent years of practice on their own. You don't know. You know, just because somebody's like an amazing artist doesn't mean that it's like, oh, you know, they're good at it. You know, they're good at it right from the bat. You know, the moment they picked up, you know, a pen and paper or a tablet, you know, they were amazing at it. You know, it's like, that's not the case. Everybody starts off being shit at it. It's just, if you stick with it, I guarantee you'll get better at it. And obviously, I've talked about this before, but one of the key aspects to drawing is another thing that could potentially help, you know, and I haven't really talked about what could help, really, with your artwork. Well, despite what I've already been saying, is that there are two things that could potentially help, and that is, one of the most important aspects of drawing that I can highly say would be very helpful would be penmanship. Penmanship would be something that would greatly benefit you. And I'm pretty sure you know what penmanship is. I don't really need to explain what penmanship is, you know. But penmanship is something that will help you immensely. What else? And a tablet, you know, if you're the type of person like me who does all my drawing on a computer, if I'm thinking maybe a really expensive tablet, like a graphics tablet, maybe a fucking Wacom tablet, you know, that'll probably be beneficial, you know. What if I spend, you know, £1,000 fucking pounds, or maybe £600, You know, literally £600 on a Wacom graphics tablet. You know, that will help me out immensely. Do you want to know something? It fucking won't. The thing is, with tablets, like with graphics tablets, they will help you a little bit. They will help you. I mean, look at the artwork that I can do, right? Do you want to know what tablet I use? I use a Trust tablet, a Trust widescreen tablet. It's a tablet you can't even buy anymore because they don't make it anymore. Not because it was out of stock or anything like that. It's literally like, oh, maybe, I don't know why it's out of stock, but I'm guessing it's because it's an old fucking graphics tablet and they just don't make it anymore. But that's my tablet. My graphics tablet is just a simple like Trust widescreen tablet. You know, that's all it is, you know. It's nothing fancy. It's nowhere near a fucking Wacom graphics tablet. Lord knows I don't have the fucking disposable income to afford something like that. Because I fucking don't. I mean, hell, even this tablet can piss me off a lot. You may have noticed in a lot of these speedrunning videos where, you know, sometimes there's a lot of flicks on the lines. You know, you probably notice those flicks, or when my pen just, like, the mouse just shoots off to, like, the left side, or when my fucking mouse stops fucking working. That's my tablet being an absolute pain in the ass. Because sometimes it does that, where it just shoots off to the left side of the screen and just doesn't respond. Other times when it never stops registering my pen, and just, it's such a fucking pain, honestly. And like I said, it's nowhere near an expensive graphics tablet. I mean, this graphics tablet was £110. That's all it was. And it's not even something you can get anymore, because I'm guessing it's so old. Well, I don't think it's that old, but I'm guessing it's just old enough that they don't make it anymore. Because that's what I heard. Apparently they don't make them anymore. But like I said, I don't have an expensive fucking graphics tablet. Mine's just a cheap little fucking, you know, Trust tablet. That's it. Like I said, I don't have nowhere near the level of disposable income to afford a fucking Wacom tablet. Fuck no. But a graphics tablet, if you think that's going to be the sole thing to help you, it really isn't, you know? It won't. It may help a little bit, but it's not going to make you change overnight, you know? It's not going to make you become a fantastic artist overnight, you know? The tablet is just the tool, you know? That's just the tool in which you draw with, you know? I mean, hell, when I draw on fucking, like, paper with a pencil, you know, I rarely do that as much anymore, but it makes no difference. I can still draw these types of drawings on fucking paper. You know, go back to the olden days of drawing on fucking paper instead of on a graphics tablet. It's like, yeah, it makes no difference. Like, the tablet really makes no fucking difference. It can certainly slightly help, you know, because drawing with a mouse is ridiculous, and I've never been able to do that, and I'm honestly impressed with people who can draw with a fucking mouse, like freehand with a mouse. I don't know how all of you do that, but it can help. It's just not going to make you change your art style overnight. It's not going to make you become a fantastic artist overnight. It'll certainly help you, like, have better control, but it's not going to make you change overnight. You know, you're not going to become a fantastic artist overnight. I mean, like I said, I've been using a very simple fucking graphics tablet that is gradually dying on me. I do need a new one. Again, disposable income. Do not have the disposable income for a new graphics tablet. Fuck me. But I have just a cheap little graphics tablet, and I can do artwork like this. You know, it's the tablet don't really affect it that much. It just grants you that extra level of control, you know, and flexibility, you know. It's not going to help you draw better though. It may a tiny bit, but it's not like you're going to wake up one morning and draw, I don't know, it's not like you're going to wake up in the morning and draw the fucking Mona Lisa or fucking the Sistine Chapel or whatever. It's like, no. But those are the two things I can recommend, is work on your penmanship, because that can definitely be helpful. Very, very helpful. And a graphics tablet, you can just go for a really expensive Wacom tablet if you want. By all means, go ahead, you know. But just remember that the tablet doesn't really affect anything, you know. It's not going to help you change overnight. It's just going to give you better control and a bit more flexibility, you know what I mean? But it's not inherently going to make you a million times better, you know? Because what comes down to it isn't what you use, it isn't the graphics tablet, it isn't the paper or the pencil that you're using. What it comes down to is the skill that you as an artist have. That's what it comes down to, the skill that you as an artist have. That's all there is it's just all the time you spend practicing and trying and failing and learning new things and trying to do things correctly and so on and so forth. That's what's actually important. It's not the tools, it's you the artist, that is what's going to lead to it. That's what's going to lead to you getting better at artwork. Isn't the tools that you use, it's you as the artist. That's what's going to help you. It's if you dedicate your time to learning and trying new things and keeping at it, I guarantee you'll get somewhere with it. You will get somewhere with it, you know? Because it took me many years to get to the point of where I'm at right now, and it took fucking forever. It took so many years. About 6 years. About 6 years for me to get to this point now where I'm at. Wasn't easy, I'll tell you that much. A lot of trial and error, but yeah, that's just the gist of it, you know. The tools of the trade don't really matter because it all comes down to the artist, you know. I mean, again, go back and look at very, very old paintings, you know. Again, a famous fucking example that I'm guessing all of you know right now, that all of you should damn well know, is the Mona Lisa, you know. They didn't have fucking graphics tablets back then, or anything like that. It was just a canvas and the tools that they had, you know. It's got nothing to do with the tools. It comes down to the artist. It's the artist, you. That's the only way you can get better, is by improving what you can do. Not by spending thousands of dollars on expensive drawing equipment. You should be spending that time on working on your own abilities, working on your own skill as an artist. That's the gist of it, really. I mean, really isn't rocket science. I mean, sure, it is difficult and it's going to be hard and long, but what do you expect? That's the same with everything. Oh dear. But yeah, there you go. That's a good number of days of hard effort right there. If you may notice something in the top right corner of the screen, you're probably thinking, what are those ones and zeros? Those, my friends, are binary. I actually spelled her name in binary. Nice little detail I threw in there. Anyway, there you go. That's the commission for, what was FunkyGamer. That's your commission for, what was the name? Oh yeah, that's your commission, FunkyGamer, for Rouge. I have to pronounce that name like that. I can't pronounce it normally. It's like Rouge. Such a nice name. I like that name a lot. But yeah, there you go. That's that. That was a good number of days of hard effort and another short one. Another short video. I'm trying to shorten my videos down more to stop trying to make them too fucking long. But now I'm rambling. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been whoever the fuck I've been. It's been another fucking speedrunning video. I promise I will get back to regular content. I promise. But I've been whoever the fuck I've been. This has been another commission and another speedrunning. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. And remember, being an artist takes so long. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. It's not something that can happen overnight. It's something that you're going to need to put effort into. And nobody will tell you otherwise. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Ta-ra your faces, my friends. And I'll see you all next time in the next video. Bye-bye.